What's up guys, it's Captain Production 72 here with a LEGO Star Wars review. We've not done one in a while. We've not done a Star Wars video in a while. It's mostly been Indiana Jones, but here we have with set 75044 Droid Tri-Fighter, released back in 2014, 9 years ago. So we've not done a 2014 set on here to my knowledge. So yeah, it's another year we can say we've done. This set is pretty cool, something to add to the Droid army. Some really cool minifigures in there, especially with that Palpatine. We'll be talking about him in a moment. But hey, welcome to this review. Let's jump right into those minifigures. So going in order of the box, we have Chancellor Palpatine, which is a character we've only seen 3 and now recently 4 times. And only once in his grey outfit. So this is based off the opening of Revenge of the Sith, when he is held prisoner on the Invisible Hand by Count Dooku and General Grievous. Obviously that's all a ruse, but really nice printing on this minifigure, and it's a character that personally a lot of people forget that we got in LEGO. He's got a nice white kind of hairpiece. If we remove that, there is a kind of more sneaky, mischievous kind of back face, which is also pretty cool. We're going to put his hair back on again. It's a white colour, which is a bit strange because the other Palpatine, 2 years prior to this in 2012, they used a tan hairpiece on Palpatine from Revenge of the Sith. So, in this more recent version, again, they've used tan in the new one that's coming out in the gunship. So it's kind of confusing, but he's got that nice reflective print. He's a really cool minifigure. He's the main draw, personally, when I was going out to get this set. I never looked for the set. I initially just wanted the minifigure and just happened to look up what set he came in. But this is really cool if you guys like Revenge of the Sith. He's like he's not really a key figure, but I feel like he's one of those minifigures that doesn't get enough attention. So pretty cool to get this Palpatine. Let's move on to that security battle droid. So next we have the security battle droid, and that's something that's gone from LEGO Star Wars, and a lot of fans will attest to the fact that there's nothing cool when it comes to battle droids anymore. We don't get the security ones, the pilot ones, the commanders. We don't get anything. LEGO is only content in the last couple of years giving us those Kashyyyk ones, which are also known as pilots or AAT drivers. We don't get anything like this anymore, and this is a pretty cool minifigure right here. I think 2014 was the last time we saw the security battle droid. They do give you a standard battle droid in this, but instead of throwing in 2 of those, I like that they gave you the security battle droid, and it's great to add a bit of difference to your army. These minifigures are very cheap and massable, surprisingly, even though they don't come in that many sets anymore, or at all. But it's a red torso with some tan printing on the front. It looks really good. Other than that, it's really just your standard battle droid, but it's one of my favourite minifigures, and kind of from that era. Just I don't know what it is, but this minifigure just does it for me. Moving on to the standard battle droid, which will be quick because we've all seen those. A minifigure that here in 2023 we are still sick of seeing because they don't get anything to go with them or to team up with them is the standard B1 battle droid. Now guys, I'm not hating on this, but we do get these in so many sets now. 1 or 2 sets a year we get them in, but we don't get supers or anything good with them. So it's like, it's good to add another one to the collection, but nothing special whatsoever. Let's move on to that Buzz Droid, which is something special. So here we have the Buzz Droid, and I'd like to start by saying you can see a grey piece connecting him to the stand I used to show minifigures. That was not added by me, that's part of the design. But something that we don't get in, another type of droid we don't get anymore, or we've never really had them that often, but the Buzz Droids are pretty cool. We first saw them back in 2005, and then this was the second variation. There were only 2 versions of the Buzz Droid. And something like this, right? When they did Anakin's Starfighter or Obi-Wan's Starfighter, these sets that cost crazy money, these Starfighters, this is the kind of thing they should be including, right? Buzz Droid, gets to go up against it, like a small amount of opposition, but I really do like this Buzz Droid. I mean, yeah, I think I like the original one a little bit more, but those printed pieces, the R2-D2 head type parts, it does look really good, and I do quite like it. You do get one of them in the set, and I don't know what it is about this, but I just really like it. And it's a shame, it's like this set has quite a few minifigures, and it's just the kind of thing they wouldn't give us. They're just not going to do it anymore. And it's a shame, but you got those leather pieces of legs, you got a little saw here, you got the 2 eyes, which I'm pretty sure they have meant to have 3, but yeah. Either way, this is still pretty cool to get a Buzz Droid. Moving on to the set itself, which in its own right is pretty cool. So here we have the Tri-Droid. So this was not the first time LEGO did the Tri-Droid. The first time LEGO did the Tri-Droid was in 2005, which was and then again in 2009, and then again in 2014. So, and it's never been seen again since. It's not something I expect LEGO to go all out and just do randomly, just decide, oh hey, do you know what, we need to make a Tri-Droid. Yeah, not gonna happen, unfortunately, but you know, it's still pretty cool that we got this at one point. One thing I will mention with this set is its stickers are extremely confusing the way the instruction manual leaves that out, you know, or puts it in rather. And another thing I will address is Palpatine is in no way useful to this set, nor is his security nor is any other figures. This is one thing we don't really get in modern sets, but you know, it's a minifigure just for the sake of, hey, we wanted to put a minifigure in this set. Here is that minifigure, and I can kind of see why they went that way. But first of all, you know, you could have got the Droids, because the Tri-Droid is literally a droid. It's in the name. It's because so all these details I will also point out. Those are stickers. Got some really nice engines there at the back. You do get a spring-loaded shooter, and as you'll see when we show off the box, this was the year those were introduced, so you just push down to shoot. There you go. And you can get a spare one of those so you can reload that. Another feature is this in here opens. So if I open this up, and from what I gather, that does happen. I'm not gonna take that out of the review because that's something that happens. That does, if you try to open that, it always splits. But yeah, so the point of that is that's kind of what fires the or you're supposed to pretend anyway that fires the Buzz Droid. So I'll take the Buzz Droid. We'll it doesn't work 100%. It's a bit finicky to get him in there, but you know, once he's in there good, because of those hinge pieces that kind of keep those at that angle. But you know, there he is. The Tri-Droid is in, so you can fly it around. It's quite associable. It's quite sturdy that way. You know, you go in there, and really this set was meant to go along with the Vulture Droid, which also released in that wave, the Anakin Starfighter, the V-Wing fighter, just all those sets. It's just that's what it's meant to do again. It's not meant to be heavy with the features, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I like it for that. I like the fact that at one point in time, LEGO did care about giving us these really cool separatist vehicles, and unfortunately these days they would rather just throw the battle droids in with Republic sets and call it a day. But again, I really do like this set for what it is, and it's one of my favourites in my collection. One thing I will mention is this does not close all the way fully. It is a bit split, unfortunately, but yeah, there's just not a lot to talk about with this Tri-Droid. There's not a whole bunch of features. It's more of a what you see is what you get kind of set, to be honest. But got some missiles here. They're not flick fires. There's none of those on this set. Most of what you see on the set is really just purely for looks. Let's take a look at the instruction manual. So here we have the instructions, more or less look like the box. You know, typical building instructions, you know, steps, you know, showing off what the set does, as you would expect. And we're going to go right, there's a lot of repetitiveness in the build, I will say. Again, this is not really a set where there's a lot for us to talk about, unfortunately, features-wise, which is a shame, but, you know, it's still a pretty cool set. And here's something some of you might get nostalgic for, I personally do. That wave from the start of 2014, guys. Check this. Got the Death Star Troopers Battle Pack. We've got the Kashyyyk Troopers Battle Pack, the 212 Battle Pack, Battle on Solomite, Anakin's Jedi Starfighter, V-Wing, Grievous's Bike, the Vulture Droid, the Droid Gunship, the ATDP, or ATA piece rather. Pretty cool lineup. Can't believe this was nearly 10 years ago, this lineup, but those are pretty cool. Let's have a look at that box before we end out. Yeah, we are going to have to show it on the bed, just the size, but you got that really cool Vader up the top, which was standard for 2014. New spring-loaded chairs, because yes, that was brand new back then. That's kind of crazy. We've had those for almost a decade. We've got your new minifigures. The Battle Droid, I'm assuming is in another set since it doesn't say new, because it only advertises the Buzz Droid and the Palpatine is new. Got a really cool kind of Coruscant, above Coruscant space battle as your box. Now, it opens from the bottom rather than, anywhere else, and that's where the thumb tabs are. It opens that way, which is kind of unique. We flip that box round, it starts to show you the features, which again, it only advertises one feature, two rather, the spring-loaded shooter, and the fact that you can put the Buzz Droid in the hole, and the rest of it is kind of like back with the blueprints on the boxes. So that's really just it for the box. So, having looked at this set, like we've said a few times, it's more of a look set. You put it on the shelf if you're Obi-Wan and Anakin Starfighters and just any other Separatist sets. Has two features and they're not anything special. Personally, the way I see it, if I did own any of the other Tri-Droids, I probably wouldn't have bought this one. The main draw for it is that Palpatine minifigure. He's amazing. We don't often get versions of Palpatine in his prequel era outfit, which is very true because we've only had them in 2009, 12, 14, and coming next month, 2023. So we don't get many. Like, the Palpatine minifigure is the highlight of this set for me personally. Other than that, do I recommend this set? Well, yeah, because it is part of a really good lineup. That 2014 prequel era lineup was good. It was the last time we really got kind of the prequels in heavy rotation from LEGO. We don't really get that as much as we used to. Things have started to change in the last couple of years. Do I see this set being remade? I don't know. LEGO seems to be shying away from the Separatist stuff. Because if you look at the early 2010s, we were getting sets like the Malevolence, Homing Spider Droids, the Strike Fighter, and now we don't get anything. Last thing I was at AAT from 2020, which was terrible. But I love this set, it's one of the cooler ones, and I wish I'd bought this one sooner. I only got this, probably about 2 months ago, but yeah, this is a brilliant set. So the next video I have will either be another episode of collecting every LEGO Indiana Jones minifigure, or alternatively, it will be a Figure Friday episode. I don't know. See you guys on Friday.